Hi, we're going to start road mapping small accounts today. Roll the intro, tell you all about it. Hi, welcome to the channel. If you haven't been here before, my name is Langers and I'm trying to inspire your own trading and maybe show you a trick or two along the way. So if that sounds good, please click the subscribe button. If you've got a query or a comment of some description, drop it below or email me, as I genuinely answer every single one of them. And if you want to see the next video, smash the little bell icon and everybody's a winner. So what are we doing? Well, over the last couple of videos and for the videos running certainly for the end of this month, I'm exploring small accounts. And when I say small accounts, I mean small. And starting at £200. Why £200? Well, it's an amount of money that most people can afford to lose. It's also the amount of money that I'll rephrase that. It's the minimum amount of money you kind of need to open up a micro position. Certainly on the couple of brokers that I use. You know, I use brokers like IG, Intertrader and CMC. You know, I'll go into the reasons as to why I have multiple brokers when I go on the screens in a second. And also how I break up the pots within those brokers, because I'm not stupid. I don't put all my eggs in one basket. All right, and that's all part of money management. And as we go forward in this series, we're going to discuss that, and I'm going to show you different things, how indicators work, and then you can kind of piece them together, create your own plan, and away you go. But at the same time, I'm also going to try and make it tangible. And that's what today and the last couple of videos have been about, because we're just setting out the cornerstones, if you like, and the start of a roadmap. So in the first video, we were looking at the whys and the wants, because we all want things. Immediately, everyone just says, show me the money. I want the money.
You ding dong!
It's not that simple. It really isn't. It takes a lot of time, a lot of dedication, discipline, and patience. And these are things that I bring up constantly because it's a marathon, not a sprint. Okay? And if you open up your laptop on a morning and just start going, well, I'm here, give me a trade, I want to trade, you're going to fail. Because all you're doing is falling into the worst trade going, which is gambling. And if you're a gambler, eventually only the house will win. And that's what we don't want. We want to build something so you will win. And you do that by looking at it as a professional career. And it doesn't matter what screen you're looking at. It really doesn't. And when you see my screens, it doesn't matter what you're looking at. It doesn't matter whether you're seeing 50p, £20 a point. It doesn't matter. What you are looking at is the process. And it is the process that is important, because it is the key. And the key behind the process is patience. And that was the last part of the video that I did last, because it all evolves around money. Now for me, money is the Great British Pound. Okay, so £200, which is GBP. Why is that relevant to the last video? Well, in order to get that, I need a goal, I need a bank, and I need patience. GBP. Very, very simple. Okay. So, do I have a goal? Well, I can't just pluck one out of the air. I really can't. I need a want first. So what do I want? Well, I wanted a pie. What was the pie? It was just a reference point to a meal, a treat, if you like, for your hard work. Is it achievable with £200? Yes. Certainly is. I wanted a holiday. You know, will I get a holiday off £200? Probably not. All right. But it could be the next part of the puzzle. I want a car. So I want a car. £200 give me a car? No. So scratch that. And ultimately, you want a wage. Okay. Is £200 going to give me the wage? No. No. All right. So straight away, you're narrowing down your expectations. Okay, because if you come into the markets, because you've seen the green.
You ding dong!
Personally, I think you're a fucking idiot.
And you think you're going to be rich, you're going to be sorely disappointed. Okay? Whatever you see in this channel, it'll always keep it grounded. And I'll try and show you a way that you can get these things, but you have to come back to patience. And that's what it's all about. So now you've got your wants, and your whys for the wants could be anything. I'm hungry, I want a treat, my car's broken, I don't want to work for the man. They're your whys, and you need these. But to bring it back to reality, you have to work with what you've got. You've got £200. You've already identified that these three are not feasible. So you have to create your first goal. And my first goal every single day is
a coffee.
Because we all know Scruffy likes a coffee. He likes Winky as well. And talking of liking things, in a moment we're going to go around my desk because it's part of the roadmap as to things that you need in order to start. And you'll find out that I'm an aging child and I have a lot of Star Wars memorabilia kicking about. And there's one part of Star Wars memorabilia that I haven't got and I'm desperate for because I'm getting old and time might be running out. She seems to be regenerating. What's the chances?
I don't have one. We've had this conversation.
She's going naked, boys and girls. And for those of you who don't know what that means, watch some of the other videos. There's a running joke running through all of them. It involves Princess Leia and something that is gold and something that keeps me well awake at night. Well, I'll just have a moment.
Oh, hello! Water! Oh my God, it's the wife.
It was a good moment. Sorry. Lost my train. So, first goal of the coffee. But your first real goal needs to be realistic. Okay? And it is your pie. You're thinking, what? Why, where on earth am I going with this? Well, the pies just represent something. You need to achieve something in order to be hungry. Okay? So the pie itself, to put it into a financial figure, is about £5. McDonald's meal. You know? Now in the video yesterday, I left a trade running in the background so that you can watch it at the end. And the idea was to turn £200 into a fiver. And we've done that. So we're going to withdraw part of the profits and put it into another bank account. And that's something I touched on in the last video as well. And I'm going to show you the pots that I hold on one of my brokers, because they're important as well. It's just like having your bank account. You'll have your everyday bank account, your savings account, your pensions account, all of these different things. Treat trading in a similar way. Okay, so now you've kind of got all of this and you understand it. How do you put it into practice? Well, first thing you need is some equipment, some tools if you like. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a little tour around my desk, and I'm going to jump onto a screen, pull up a broker, and we're going to withdraw some money at the end just to make the pie become reality. But And I know you'll look at these and you think, I want the pill. Just show me a system. It isn't that simple, guys. It never has been and it never will be. The charts are relatively easy. The problem you have is you. You'll be impatient. You'll over leverage. You'll put too much risk on. You'll not be able to read the charts. And you end up losing your money. So you need to go through all of these processes in order to create a business plan. Because you need a business plan. And in that business plan, you need to roadmap how long it's going to take to get what you want. And what I mean is this. You see, you need to think smart. Okay? And I know the first thing is, what? Well, you're losing me here. You're losing me. I'm not. Think about it. If you're thinking and working smart, you can achieve your goal. And the goal today, and it will be for the next week or so, is a pie. All right? So that is specific. Okay? Can I measure it? Because it needs to be measured. All right? Well, it can be measured because charts are two-dimensional. Okay? All right? And I know you're looking now and you're definitely getting confused. Well, charts do this, don't they? But what are these axes? Well, that is time. And that is price. So you can measure it. How long is it going to take me to get a fiver based on price? Can I do it in 1 day? Well, to go from there to there is a day. How do I get £5? Well, the smallest position size on sort of most brokers, 50p a unit. So that's 10 pips, ticks, points, whatever you want to call it. I often refer to them as ticks, so don't get confused. Because all a pip, a point, a tick is a price movement. That is it. So, can this be done? Well, I need 10 pips per day at 50p. Right? So where am I going with this? Time, 10 pips, 50 pence. That can all be achieved in 1 day. So it's measured. Okay? So that makes it a day trade. All right? If I was looking at a car and I've only got 50p, and I'll show you some of the things on the screen in a second if you see where this goes. It could take 12 months. So that makes that trade a swing trade. Well, 12 months would actually be a position trade because you'd be holding it for a year. But you kind of get the drift of where I'm going at. You can measure it and then use that measurement to decide how the trade is going to be. It's going to be a long term. It's going to be short term. All right. Well, for a pie, short time, not a big target, day trade. Simple stuff. Is it achievable? Well, yes. I can get 10 ticks out of the market pretty much every day without too much hassle. You know, key element, patience. I just have to wait for the setup. Could sit all day waiting for that one setup. As soon as it comes in, pays me, I'm done, got my fiver. Everyone's a winner. Is it relevant? Now, relevant's the one, because it is what is going to drive what we're playing at. So what's relevant about it? Well, it's achievable, so that makes it relevant. I want to be a day trader, so that makes it relevant. And it is price specific. In other words, I've only got 50p to deal with. So yes, what I'm setting out to do is relevant. And then finally, can it be targeted? Yes, it can, because I've just told you what the target is. It's 10 pips. Okay, so you've broken down an entire system and you figured out you are now a day trader to get a fiver. And I hope that kind of makes sense. All right, so what we're going to do now is I'm just going to show you a little bit around my desk, some of the tools that you need, because you need this before you even open up a brokerage account, because if you ain't got them, you can't operate it. Because trust me, you cannot do this on a phone. Okay, and then I'm going to go on to a journal sheet and show you the roadmap, how you're going to work your way through this lot. Okay, and then as we go forward, I'll be adding indicators into this. Start with moving averages, RSI, what they are and how they are going to be placed onto a chart, but more importantly, why they're placed onto a chart. Let's go around my desk. Okay, so I'm going to take you around my desk and show you where I spend most of my day. But first of all, might as well show you Winky's shop, where I spend pretty much every day. Come down here and terrorise her if I'm not at home. Saves me getting lonely. So let's have a little look about. Okay, so this is Winky's place, where I come and terrorise most days. Really, it's just to stop me getting bored in the house on my own. So come down here and keep her company. It's a proper traditional shop. Now out the back is a mail order setup, where she prepares all of her parcels and I can get a nice cup of coffee as and when. She does get a little bit ratty at times because I play around most of the day. How we doing, my love?
Fine, how are you?
And she might call me a scruff, but take a look at the state of this desk. It is shocking. And her artwork is shocking.
That's better than yours.
My artwork is perfect, and we shall show you. This is thanks to Stefan. How good is that? I did tell you I was an aging child. My desk and the place of operations. And why is it all laid out like this? Well, you need stress. And what better way to be stressed than a big tit? I need my toy. Shut up. Need my toys. But more importantly, I need my screens. And the way that it's laid out is very simple. Yes, I spend a lot of time on YouTube now, so I bought a proper mic to talk to you guys. But all the recording is done on this single screen here. And there's a similar setup at home. So the camera's here, so it's always on there. I have a working screen here where whatever I'm doing, and it doesn't matter what account I'm in, I can mirror it across onto a trade account here just to show you what I'm up to. But my work is done here. Okay. Then, of course, you've got more toys, because you've got to have your toys. This one's actually my telephone, as well as a speaker for the terrible music that I have playing all day. And if I'm waiting on a news event, I will have Sky News here. And then, of course, just simple stuff, calculator and a pen and paper. And that's what you need to get started, guys. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to fire up the screens and we're going to have a little look at a roadmap. Okay, boys and girls. So here we are on the brokerage accounts, which is kind of the next stage of the roadmap. But what are we looking at? Why does this make any sense at all? Well, at this moment in time, it doesn't. You know, we're still in the planning stages. And this is the thing. This is a business. Whether you like it or not, it is. You're not just going to click a couple of buttons and suddenly be Warren Buffett. You know, and if you're having a business, you have a plan. And then you have to carry out that plan. Well, I use spreadsheets on everything. And I really do. So everything that you see, now you saw the underlining trade that I had running in the background on the other videos, starting with £200, and now it's up to 221.68. Okay, and that's documented on this. Now in the next video, I'm going to go through more of this just to show you exactly the process, because this is what I'm doing. I'm building up a process. And what you're seeing here is those trades mapped out to get that £21.90. The sheet is very simple. It has a pip counter. I'm looking for roughly around 20 pips a day. If I do 15, 20, I'm quite happy, but I certainly want more than 10. Well, here we go. This is what the running counter is at the moment. Did 29.2 yesterday, and I've done 13.2 today. Okay, and that has given me a profit of 21.90. It is working off this compound plan, which I'll go through, which is then transpired over onto my wage maker, so I can figure out pretty much what I need to achieve on not only a daily, weekly and monthly basis, just so I can see what this pip amount is going to give me. Graph is exactly what it says it is. It's a graph. And then your trades. And the trades are documented as to the reasons as to why you got in, why you got out, am I risk free, how much risk is involved, etc. And risk is something that we're going to visit a number of times in the videos. It's one of the key cornerstones. If you put too much risk on, you're going to lose. You really are. Because one bad trade, bump, account's gone. And this is the kicker when you have a small account. You see, if we are on £200, so if I put 200 in there, and I am risking 2% of that, which is what everybody bangs on about, it's £4, just £4. So to open up a trade, it's going to be 50p for your position. But that's only allowing you 8 ticks, pips, points, whatever you want to call them. I'm always going to refer to them as ticks, by the way. You're going to be blowing your account left, right and centre, because the market will move 8 ticks like that. And you've got your spreads to take into account. So you are definitely going to get caught. So this needs to increase. And it's you can't get away from it. You really can't. Now, you can go out to 15, 60 ticks. It's a bit on the high side, because you want a decent risk reward as well. You know, so if it's going to go 60 ticks against you, you've got a mountain to climb to get 60 ticks for you. All right. So you need to calm that down a little bit to something that's a little bit reasonable. 40 ticks will normally put it out of the noise. Okay. But the stop has to be where the stop has to be. And again, we're going to revisit this. Okay. So now I know that trade has room to breathe. It really does. All of these trades here have paid off this next trade. So if this goes catastrophically wrong, all I've done is stand still. Okay. Because it's going to take £20 off me, but I'll still be £1.90 in profit. So technically I'm still up. Okay. So that's what that's for. And then all of these, this is kind of just road mapping where we are. Okay. How much did it increase the account? Well, it adds it all up and puts it up here. Out of the 10 positions, which was actually 4 trades across 2 days, it's grown the account by just shy of 11%. I could stop now, and I have outperformed every bank in the land, because I would not get that return on £200 in 5 years, let alone 2 days. Okay, so I have outperformed the banks. And that's what this is for. But in the next vid, we're going to go more through it. Now, like I said, I've been running a trade in the background today. I did call it out earlier on this morning before I took it out on USD JPY, because all I'm doing here is I'm looking for trades that I would normally take. You know, there's nothing special about what I'm doing. Why is there a limited amount of markets up here? Well, that's because they're the only ones I can afford. And how do I work that out? Well, it's very simple. I'm at 50p because it's telling me there minimum is 50 pence a pip. Just put it to where it would be a position. It'll tell me down here how much margin is required. So to open up this on 50p with a 40 pip stop would cost £148.90. But I need, that's just to open the trade. I need a buffer zone in case it goes against me. And that's where the £200 comes in. Because if it goes 40 pips against me, it's going to go up and take all the margin out. So you need to have a bit of a buffer. You can't have £200 in and open up a position with a margin of 200 because the second it moves against you, you're going to get a margin call. So it needs to be a little bit further down. And as you see, all of these are roughly, they give me a little bit of room to breathe. As you can see. But if I put on my favorite, which is cable, I should almost be getting ready to trade this. 214. So in about a week's time, I'll maybe be able to look at trading this market as well. But at the moment, I have these to play with. And it all comes back to patience. I have enough markets there to look at. There's 5 markets I can concentrate on. At least one of them will give me a setup each day. And I just wait for it. And the setup could be anything. It could be an overextended candle like this one here. It's a fair, reasonable assumption it's going to retrace. Well, it has. There it is there. So I could have watched for that, entered above here in like flame. Same thing down here. Overextended. Watch for a reversal. Put an order in there. Yeah, you have to wait, but you still get it. All right. It's just being patient, waiting for the right trade. So I was saying about managing your accounts and one thing and another. And that's kind of where this goes to. So if I pull this down, and I'll kind of explain. Bring you across onto here. This is the withdrawal page. And I said I have multiple pots, and I do in each of the brokers. I primarily use 3. Everything I do chart-wise is on IG, because I find the charts very easy to operate, and I can mirror onto a trade account very simply. It's just an easy platform to work. But I do have tighter spreads on CMC and InterTrader. Okay, but I'll chart everything here. I get my idea, and then I'll place my trades across the brokers. And the way it is, swing trade is just savings account. My trade account, play with it, do what I need to do. These are the 3 that make my money, and it's where my money is held. You know, and I'll guard them like my life secret, because you guard your credit cards and your privacy, so do I. I always have a car fund, so I can pay for my car outright. I have a long-term fund, pension, where I put my position trades and I funnel money in from the swing trades. And then I have a wage trade, which is this one here. And you'll notice that some are spread betting and some are CFDs. I'll go through more of that as we go forward as well. The difference between them is very simple. If you're having investments and one thing and another and just trading, spread betting is technically tax-free. So you can use it as a tax-free investment. However, if you are drawing a wage from trading, it becomes taxable. And if it's taxable, trade it as a CFD. because you can offset your losses against your tax liability, and because we have a taxable business, I can roll it all together, draw salary from a single company, and I can use various bits and pieces. Blue Star can offset trading profits, and my trading losses can offset Blue Star as shop operational profits. It's all kind of connected, if you like. All right, but that's why I do it. They're separated to basically be tax efficient. Okay, so how do I control this to be tax efficient then? Well, very simple. You know, I draw money out and I put it into a bank account. Very, very simple. Because maybe it's tax efficient is the wrong way. Make the account efficient, I think is the easiest way to say it. My tax affairs, they're handled by an accountant. I don't really get too involved with it. I just have a basic idea of what's going on, and it keeps me on the right side. But when it's running accounts, if I leave all of the money in the broker, there's a couple of elements here. What if the broker goes bust? Buggered, right? So you only hold enough money to do your business, all right? The rest of it you want safe. And what's safer than your bank? And also you want to be paid. So you want to see it. So that's why we withdraw funds. Now we have 221. 2168 is what's left. Why is that? Because charged a little bit of interest overnight. All right. One of the trades ran past midnight, so you get charged a little bit of interest for it. All right. But essentially, that's what we have. I think I made a reference to that. Give me a sec. There it is there, 22p. Okay, so the P&L was that, but the balance is 2168. All right, so cost 22 pence to run a position past midnight, which one of them did last night. So we're going to take out some money. All right, and just to make things round, I'm just going to take out £10. All right, so take £10 out of the account. It's put into the bank. That is that, withdrawn. Nice and simple. Now you do that over and over. And what you've done is, if I come back to the sheet, so get rid of that because this is the sheet that I'm working on. I put £10 there. Okay. What it has done is my P&L stays the same because I want to see how much I've made as a gross, and it's gross P&L. But you'll see the balance has now dropped to 2168, and my wage has moved up £10. So when I'm looking at this sheet, I can see how much I have in the brokerage to work with. So this will work out my risk percentages and how much my PIP is, etc. I can see what my progress is across the year. So yeah, I have grossed 2190, which grew my initial investment by 1095. I have a 100% win rate. Okay, and what I've put in the bank for me to spend to go get my pie is £10, and I have an average PIP 14.2. So I'm above the 10, but I'm slightly behind where I want to be. Okay, but that's something that you work on, and that's what this journal is all about. Okay, and tomorrow when I look for my next trade, I am now at 56p, which is all driven from the compounder because this is all connected, and naturally the money will increase. I hope this all kind of makes sense. And there we are. We've received more requests to shut the fund, withdraw funds. All right. So from a proper account. And that is that. And that's what I do pretty much every day, and I have done for a very long time. Okay. So tomorrow we're going to go more into this, into compounding, because the ultimate tool that you will ever have is that. Okay. That is a tool, and it's a tool to conduct business. That is what it's for. And if you haven't got that tool, you can't conduct business. So what we've done in the last 2 days is I've taken £200 and I can eat every single day with just £200. So this is now feeding me. Okay. Not that you think I need any more feeding, because I am quite a big chap. In fact, I am literally 3 times the size of her. Isn't that right there, skinny chops?
Is that right?
Huh? I do like it though. So there we go, guys. Hope that makes sense. And remember, do what you love, and the money will follow. And before we go, I'll just let the trade that was running this morning play out. See you on the next one.